Travis Wayne Goodsell. I have a video where I told you so. Nobody cares. YouTube has done a massive censorship of me since yesterday. It's carrying off into today despite the number of videos I'm putting out. They've learned to just shut me down completely. The church is pissed, as I've exposed them as sex traffickers. But speaking of sex traffickers, the Saudi Arabian ambassador, who's also a princess, had been interviewed by a CNN reporter that I saw last night, and she was trying to justify why she works with humanity's enemies, and she said outright, it's because we don't get political. We work with anyone because it's not political. And unfortunately, this is a cop-out excuse, as America loves to use the political excuse to justify criminal behavior against the American citizens. As Saudi Arabia claimed, oh, well, the murder of the Washington journalist was, it wasn't our fault. We don't deal in politics. So yeah, a lot of atrocities occur by people claiming that they don't deal with politics, or that it is just politics. And so she was explaining that what her job for Saudi Arabia is business deals. And she was talking about how the OPEC cancellation for America, which favors Putin, was a business transaction, a business strategy. And she says that everything's stable, therefore it was a good choice to make. Well, it's not stable for America. And that's what she doesn't care to understand, is that the business deals favor Saudi Arabia, and they screw over other people, benefit whomever they choose. And so she's taking a photo op with Trump, as we now know where Trump stands. There was a big scandal early on with Saudi Arabia and the WWE. But for the church to get involved, which they did a couple years back in 2020, and then again this year, meeting with her. And I did videos on both, and I gave out the warning that something was afoot, something was afoul. Yeah, sure enough, the church was indeed doing business with Saudi Arabia. Because that's what she says she does. She doesn't deal with politics, which means she doesn't deal with religion. She does business deals that favor Saudi Arabia. So when she met with the church, it wasn't because she wanted to learn about Jesus and the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith. It was about a business deal. And I was wondering, so are we going to see a temple in Saudi Arabia? And that wasn't the case. But she's confessed now that it was a business deal. And so we don't know the particulars of the business deal, but we do know that nobody in America should be making business deals with Saudi Arabia. It was their pilots who were the pilots for 9/11. yes, the Washington journalist, and other atrocities that MSB, Mohammed Salman, MBS, Mohammed bin Salman. There we go. Mohammed, son of Solomon. And if you don't know Islam, Muhammad married a 6-year-old girl, consummated the marriage when she was 9 years old. And so for Islam, they can't have a minimum age of an adult that America has at 18, because that would violate the teachings and practices of Muhammad. And so 14 would not be uncommon outside of America in their native countries. And so why would the church want to do business and be friends with and do a whole campaign about Mormon and Muslim, if you remember? And showing that the church has got something going on, as they've done other business deals with Qatar and the UAE, United Arab Emirates. And I warned you something was afoot. And if you don't understand that Nelson is preparing Mormons and grooming Mormon girls for polygamy, sex trafficking, because of tithing. Tithing turns polygamy into sex trafficking. You're not going to understand why they're now all of a sudden doing all this friendly cooperation with Islam. And then you need to know the difference between Islam and Muslim, because I don't think the church is going to explain it properly. Muslim is the culture, Islam is the religion. Whereas Judaism, it's combined into one. And the Mormon Church, had they maintained the Salt Lake Valley location, would have also become a culture and religion because of the central location that they stayed in. But because Mormons are recruiting pyramid scheme, multi-level marketing scheme. No, it's not a scheme, Travis. Yes, it is. It's a crime. You're using humans as commodities. They have no problem doing business, because they're going to want to practice polygamy. So if Islam becomes a dominant force after Armageddon, they need to hedge their bets. They've already got it with Putin, and they're going to offer bear's ears for uranium mining. They've already got it with China, and now they're working with Saudi Arabia, and they've made deals there to allow for polygamy, because they can say, hey, we're one of a kind. We believe in underage child bride marriages too. And overthrowing America. We're one of the same kind. Oh, sneeze. So, yeah, this is why I've been doing all these times since 2017. Is when I found out about the total solar eclipse on the 21st of August 2017, which was before the 2016 election, November 4th. The day that shall live in memory, because not infamy. But that's a key date for the history books, if the good guys survive. And it's not looking like there's going to be any good guys to survive. I'm going to be like Charlton Heston in Planet of the Apes, at the end of the first movie. Damn you, God damn you all to hell. Because we are looking for an utter destruction of the world and the human race. But, yeah, Mormons believe that Jesus is going to save them. Where is he? He should be here. The prophecies say that he's already in Utah. No, you don't believe. You don't care. No. The president of the church would tell us. Because he's the true and living prophet of the true and living church. Sorry to disappoint you, Mormons, but you were foreordained before the world was to come in the great and abominable church in the latter days, to determine whether or not you can choose the right and leave. And you've chosen wrong. The Knights Templar, who's holding the Holy Grail, has judged you. So, yay.